dichotomous, if you will, like one or the other. I think it's very complex, but it is certainly very, very telling. Like, what are we communicating to the world? And you said it. Right now, we're seeing simultaneous messages, expression, and imagery of pain and liberation.
Right.
So when you see the Black Lives Matter shirts, what you're seeing is an acknowledgement of pain via art as a form of liberation. Like, this is my activism in a sense. This is me speaking up in a sense. So I think in that regard, it serves a purpose. I think I answered your question.
You did. You absolutely did. And I kind of want to ask too, for the panel of guests here, Craig, tell me, have you ever experienced where you may have been wearing your heart on your sleeve, where you may have had a t-shirt or a saying, or just didn't feel like getting dressed that day, or, you know, have you ever felt yourself kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve?
Yes.
I know you a guy and everything, but
I'm very expressionate, so the answer is yes. I, especially if it's something very upsetting, I like to get it out immediately. And so, yeah, like just to answer the question, like for sure, like I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm extremely expressive. I want to let my heart be known because it's not a good feeling, especially as a guy when like your ego, your emotions, your pride is hurt. So, yeah.
So what do you do? Do you have some of those t-shirts? Is that something that you do?
I actually thought about getting some t-shirts at one point, just for some of the pain that happened like in my life. But yeah, so I've thought about getting shirts, but for now,
have you ever gone like without a haircut? Have you ever just like, I don't feel like it, I'm in a mood, I'm in a way, and your beard grows out and you don't get your hair cut and you kind of slack on the grooming?
Well, you kind of know my website, so that's probably one of the only things I don't do, just because I cut hair, right? Okay, so for everyone who doesn't know, like I'm an engineer by trade, but I like to teach, so I teach people how to cut hair. So to answer the question, like have I ever gone without a haircut, I pride myself on having a nice haircut and being well groomed, but it might express itself in other ways, like how I respond to people, or how emphatically I might express like an opinion, and then someone might say, wait a minute, they came off really strong. What happened before in life to cause you to respond like that?
Okay, so not so much in your clothes. You're saying not so much in what you're wearing.
Not so much in hair, because her question was if I'll shave and not cut my hair. Well, that I'll always do just because I cut hair. But clothes, do I?
Dr. Brandy, what were you going to say?
I am so sorry. You know, I like to have a nice dialogue. Craig's got me over here like, oh, because it's a part of the brand. Like, that's his business brand. So he can't jeopardize the crispy.
Yeah, so I can't jeopardize the crispies.
Right? So it makes sense, like in your line of work, you know, your business, that's not a sacrifice or a luxury, some might say, that you can make to just like, you know, not care about it for a while. And then I did have a question about what your shirts would say.
Oh. Wow. So this might open it up and you'll actually know some of the pain that I've had. Let me find it. I actually put it as a Post-it note that I'm going to make this shirt. It was
you're going to get this shirt made.
No, yeah. So I actually put it as a to-do list, and I said, so in terms of all the things that I wanted to do, did I really want to do it immediately? Like there's a lot of like other tasks I had that are burning that have to get done. But this shirt was really based on pain, and I wanted to make it known. So there's two shirts. One of them was love and not hate. And it comes from spiritual pain that I've felt in my life. And I see churches doing it a lot to people that aren't the so-called church members. And if they happen to be my friends, if they're gay, if they're trans or whatever, my heart would go out to them, but I will see the leadership have a particular heart towards them.
Yeah.
And so I would imagine that. So that would be one shirt. And I think the other one, if I find it, the actual saying was kind of a pun. It had something to do with, you guys can keep talking and I will try to
look for it.
Yeah. So I literally had it.
I mean, you've joined the conversation. Do you, I mean, because the women, I want to know from the men too. Do you guys do that? I mean, obviously Craig said he was going to get some made.
I think and you're just referring to like a shirt with like maybe, I mean, I've seen people do it 100%. I personally haven't participated in a whole lot. I've seen like these unapologetically like black t-shirts and things like, but I mean, from a different angle.
When you see someone, you're in college, right? So when you see your college mates wear something like that, I know your school is multicultural, right? Mm-hmm. And the environment and the heat of it all right now that's going on in society, is there a conversation that's being had with the youth right now and in your generation? Like, if you see somebody with a Black Lives Matter t-shirt on and, you know, you're around your white friends, you know what I'm saying? And like, is that a conversation that is being had? Is that helping? Is it therapeutic? Is it helping in any way?
I believe it is, especially, I mean, just seeing it out and about, like, and I would say more so, obviously, you know, how Black people feel, but I see white people doing it, like, showing support. I feel like that does mean a lot in a way, just because I feel like, you know, it shows other people that, you know, because the preconceived notion a lot of times in the Black community is that we just don't necessarily have allies on the other side, you know. I mean, and obviously that's false, but, you know, that is a preconceived notion, just given a lot of experiences that people have had. So I feel like saying that helps. Another thing, I feel like this is another angle at it, but things that I wouldn't do, like, I know it's like, and it's messed up because it's the times that we live in, but like, for instance, walking down the street with a hoodie on late at night, like it's something in my head that I refuse to do that anymore, because like, you see the type of things that can happen. It's sad, because like, it'd be me if I was just going on a jog or something. I just used to have a hoodie up, you know, and it's just like, that's what it's come to. So I know that I don't know if that's necessarily wearing your grief, but now I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna wear a hoodie. Like, you know, it's just like, I know that's different. And
no. I mean, I think it matters when we get up and we decide to, put on our clothes and we're getting dressed and we say to ourselves, I'm not gonna wear that because I don't want someone to think this or that about me.
Exactly.
I think that is also a thing that matters, because I get up and I say, I'm going to wear this because I want to send this message out instead of the other message, right? So it's sad though, like, just to Trayvon Martin Skittles and wearing a hoodie led to death, and now we're like, I don't want to wear a hoodie.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
It's crazy, but it's a real, like, I have a 3-year-old and he has his red hooded sweatshirt with his Cars cartoon on it. Every time I put that sweatshirt on him, I think about that. Yeah. Like, it's real. That was, is that PTSD, Dr. Brandy? Is that a traumatic experience that has now affected us? Like, is that what PTSD is about?
I'm not going to diagnose you today, Jennifer.
Okay.
But what I will say, and I appreciate you asking the question, is that the traumatization that we've gone through as a collective people is real, to where you have a hypervigilance or an anxiousness about something as simple as wearing a hoodie. So it is absolutely a trauma response. It might not meet all the criteria for PTSD, but it is definitely a legitimate trauma response. Like if you're ever feeling kind of anxious or hypervigilant or indecisive about, you know, your mannerisms and how you move and who you're around and what you wear, absolutely it is. And there's like panic disorder, panic stress disorder, there's acute stress disorder, there's other disorders beyond PTSD that a trauma like what we've gone through would kind of bring about, that would be manifest. Depression, anxiety, all kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. So what if we see somebody?
Hey, one moment, real quick. I want to introduce myself real quick before y'all continue.
Hey, Miles.
My name is Miles Johnson. What's going on, Miss McCray? How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. Young Melvin just invited me in the group, so I want to say hello to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm 22 years old. For those that don't know me, I'm from Lansing, Michigan. That's where I'm at right now. I'm at my mama's house. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
Making it happen.
But I go to Bowling Green State University. Me and Melvin went to school together, and we helped Miss McCray out at a Detroit event. And what was that? January, February?
That was last year, November. Time flies.
Woo!
Time flies.
That felt like
right?
yesterday.
Felt like yesterday. That was a major event.
Yo, yeah. That event was jumping though. But yeah, that's who I am, and I also have a business called Styles by Miles, and I sell accessories.
Okay.
Customized accessories. Yeah.
Well, we're talking about wearing our grief, and we just had Melvin mention to us that it's been hard for him to wear a hoodie. And I was asking Dr. Brandy, what does that show signs of that trauma that we experienced? And that is, that is a real thing. Have you yourself found yourself making decisions based on pain or grief when it comes to, Styles by Miles? Do you wear your sunglasses all the time when you feel like you don't want the world to see you? Is that something that
If I wear some sunglasses, it's these, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be swagged out. So,
I see you. So what message are you sending to the world right now? That's definitely not grief right now. I'm looking at a man with a plan.
Yeah, he's smooth.
Hey, look, I need all eyes on me. I need that attention. That's the message I'm sending out.
We are our best marketers and our best promoters, that's for sure.
Yeah, so usually when I put on an outfit, it's based more so off of my mission, you know what I'm saying, for the day or just in life, period. Because I look at it as like, I don't really be grieving like about wearing a hoodie or anything like that, because I look at it as, in order for me, that type of stuff makes me mad. So in order for me to flip that switch and not be that stereotype or not play that narrative, I need to be so professional, regardless of what I got on, that it'll blow your mind, or, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't even expect me to come off like that. I don't care what I got on. I throw on a t-shirt. I walk around in my drawers. Like, I don't care. Look, in a row.
Don't do that.
Look,
We like your suit. We like your suit.
I'm just saying, I walk around in whatever and still.
Does any one of you, sorry to cut you off, does any one of you have a tattoo by chance that reminds them of someone that they have lost? I see that a lot nowadays. Okay, you do. Dr. Brandy does.
Well, actually not that one. So I've got 7 tattoos. Most of them are exactly what you described, in honor of someone that has passed on. And they're just, symbolism that the people are always with me. it was just my way, I guess.
Right.
I mean, I think for some people, they, like the topic of your whole topic, you know, they express their pain in a lot of ways. What I appreciate about what Miles is talking about, though, is, and kind of what this conversation has been, is that the manifestation of pain, it can transform into something really beautiful. So like
Right.
my tattoos, like I've got my mother on me, I've got my uncle, I've got my grandfather, I've got my godmother's name. While it came out of a loss and a grief, it's really more symbolism of the love, you know?
Right.
Kind of like, these are my homies, they rock with me forever. So I'm not walking around in pain with them. It's kind of the opposite. Like a part of the recovery.
Okay.
I like that.
So it is therapeutic.
Yeah.
So you're flipping the script.
Yeah. So I actually found my shirt. Like I found the shirt idea, and the reason it's your topic kind of plays a chord is people need to learn to listen to the heart.
Right.
And when they listen to people's heart, like however they're expressing themselves, if it's clothes, if it's hair, if it's like anything. And I just so happen to have the heart to actually listen to the people and stand up for them. So the shirt idea was had a devil on it holding the Bible with a quote saying, "Don't be this guy, don't be the devil," looking at the splinter, not realizing that you are the plank.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm thinking for the people who's expressing themselves and they're trying to let their heart be seen, or whatever they're doing, whatever they're dressing and whatever they're going through, and no one is hearing them. But I can hear it. But that's because I can, like when I listen to people, it won't be, okay, what I'm listening to what and why they're saying it. So that's kind of why I had that shirt. So one was the first one I said, and then this is the other one because I see it a lot. Like I see they're so focused on something insignificant, but they're not realizing that they are the problem.
So most of your experience with how you're deciding to wear your pain has to do with the way that you're seeing people treated in church. A spiritual thing. Hi, Trina. Sorry.
Well, I'm probably the average. Like, it's not like I'm doing like anything. And if craziness like happens to me, what about someone who really needs help? I mean, I'm a degree, family seems fine. And if y'all chase me away because I have certain questions, what about someone who's lost? And if you can't help them, and it isn't just that too, because part of the reason I got on immediately at 7:59 is I actually went out on the limb just to help another coworker who vented to me that he's going to quit. And I'm hearing his heart, and I'm telling my boss, like, why can't you hear his heart? Because I see it in you, and I see it in you, and he's true. Now I'll talk to you, but will he?
So that's the thing too, right? So that's another reason why I wanted to have this conversation. Your coworker recognized that he can open up to you, and you were responsive in that. Are we noticing people, our friends and our family, and what their behavior, if it is the sarcasm that they're wearing on their t-shirt, if it is them wearing all black or not grooming themselves, what can we do to start that conversation to kind of listen to their heart space and just at least have them be comfortable enough to come to us and talk to us about things? Because sometimes the therapy kind of starts there and just kind of opening up and feeling like you have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
So I'm posing the question, have we noticed our loved ones, like Craig just noticed somebody at work, have we come across a situation where somebody, you've noticed their grief, whether they come to you or not, you've noticed in their behavior, you've noticed their grief, and so that conversation was able to be started.
Yeah, definitely. I had to address my friend the other day about her behavior and her mannerisms is just acting funny. And I was like, like, what's going on? Because at this point, I'm starting to take it personal because I asked you. And then you tell me, like, it's school. And then it'd be 3 hours later and you still looking the same, like what's going on? But I guess she was basically explaining to me that school has really been draining a lot of energy out of her. So just being honest with her and opening up and saying that, like, that's kind of been irritating. She opened up to me and explained, like, what was really going on.
Trina, have you experienced in any way? Oh, everybody, this is Trina Marie. This is my really good friend from Las Vegas.
Hi.
And can I ask a personal question? I know.
To me,
I
or
want
to
to.
everybody?
Yeah, you.
Oh,
to Trina. I want to ask a personal question. You and Dr. Brandy are married, right? So in your relationship, are you ever noticing with your spouse a change in behavior or a way of dress that may be out of the norm? Have you ever come across that?
well, it's a little over 2 years for me, which is enough time. I think lately he's been, well, I say lately, I always think I'm a positive person. I've never met someone who's more positive than me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just his outlook, I think, kind of helps him stay grounded. If there's anything as far as a change in dress, he's a lot more relaxed with me, which I made a comment to him the other day, because he used to always, like, put a little suits on or a little sports jacket, at least with jeans. And I do like it when a guy, step it up. I'm like to dress up or, look presentable, whatever. And so I made the comment, I said, don't get comfortable with me now. Like, we in forever, but that reminder, like, I still need you to step up your game. So other than that, I haven't noticed any other change except, he's a lot more relaxed with me lately.
Okay, well, that's kind of not
And it might be
such a
the
bad
whole
thing.
Corona thing too, I think, because he was out of work for a while. His business was closed
Mm-hmm.
for a little bit, so he got super, super comfortable. So I think that had a lot to do with it. But I just had to, like, give him a little elbow, like, hey.
When the business was closed, do you think that him being relaxed around the house and not being his normal self was a good thing, a good behavior? Or do you think that was kind of a sign of maybe him being sad that he wasn't able to get up and go to work every day?
It was definitely a good behavior because he works, Monday through Saturday. Saturday, he might get off at like 2 or 3 if he's lucky. So at first, I think he was like, oh, okay, this is a mandatory vacation. I'm okay with it. So he relaxed. He was cooking around the house. He was fine. I think probably into week 3, you start worried about everything. Like, if you cough or you feel things in your body. So he was kind of freaking out a little bit about that. If he had the corona or whatever. And I'm like, boy, you good. If you have it, I got it. So I don't have it, so we're good.
So we're running out of time here. So let me ask this question, because everybody kind of was able to give their personal experiences. And do you have a personal experience where you can say you had a t-shirt or a tattoo or something where you have worn your grief or been sad and it's shown up in the way that you were dressing?
Oh yeah, when you see me in all black. I mean, either I done gained some weight, so I'm uncomfortable with the weight. But definitely, yeah, that's my go-to color when I just don't feel like I'm just getting through the day. I wear all black. It's
Okay.
easy. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Dr. Brandy, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I want to follow whatever you had in mind. I thought you were posing that to everybody.
I am posing it to everybody.
Oh, all I was gonna say, I'll be quick, is for me, I'm all over the place. Like I love Black, and a part of why I love Black is because I don't like white supremacy. So I kind of am very much like, because you know how we've learned that like pure and clean and beautiful is white, and Black is like dark and sad. So sometimes I'm wearing Black out of rebellion, or just like my Black is beautiful.
I
Sometimes,
love it.
yeah, sometimes it's that. And then sometimes I do wear more eclectic and vibrant things because I feel like energized and creative. So I think there's a lot of variation, and if you see me not putting in a lot of effort, that's probably my pain. And my tired is like, I don't got time to match. I don't got time to iron. I just
heard that a lot. Like people don't, they think like, oh, I just don't have time to put all this energy into my
too much
outfit.
energy. Pain sucks energy from you. So it might not be that I don't wear a color, but it might be wrinkled because I just don't have the energy to care enough to iron.
I'm with you. That's why I like the Black, because I could just hide it. I could just put it together real quick and get out the door, and I'm good. But yeah,
how fabulous Black is. No, I'm just playing.
No, I love Black. I do. I love Black.
Black is a sign. I was just doing some research on wearing Black. So Black is a sign of luxury. And I've read that a lot in articles, but I've also read repeatedly in articles that it is a way to cover up our emotions and what it is that we're really feeling.
Yeah.
A lot of colors are attached to emotions. Orange is invigorating and vibrant, and yellow is happy and this and that, right? Red is passionate. Well, Black, it says, is a way to cover those feelings up. You don't feel like being in your feelings today. Or like you said, oh, I'm feeling bloated, I'm feeling fat today, I'm gonna cover that feeling up. I'm gonna hide myself today, hide those feelings today, and put on Black. So I still want to address those people that have a lot of Black in their closet, and encourage you to address how you're feeling. And like as a life hack, the daily style tips: address how you feel first. And secondly, decide how you want to feel. Sometimes it could just be putting on the yellow shirt, or putting on the orange, or putting on the brighter color that can help us transition our mood into feeling, get a little pep in our step. Putting a smile on our face, putting a little pep in our step. And also, I think being more approachable and wearing color, opposed to wearing the Black and kind of not wanting to be bothered, so to speak. So, yeah.
And if I can add to that, I think that's why I have a lot of Black. So sometimes even wear a lot of Black, I might just do one, like a shirt underneath that's white, or a shirt underneath that has some color. And that's my little way to kind of get past it, where I'm not draped in Black, because Black can seem a little bit depressing, and that's probably why I put it on the Black, is because I'm like, okay, I don't have time. It could be I'm tired or whatever, or because I'm feeling overweight, but yeah, that little color with that Black, I do see that luxury side, because I like Black, and then have a little punch of color.
A pop of color.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a pop of mood. Put your mood out there a little bit. So do you think that this was a helpful conversation? Do you think that next time you go to get dressed, or maybe go to get that t-shirt printed up and made, or to go put a hoodie on, that maybe we can try to turn some of these emotions? Do you think this was a helpful conversation?
I would say definitely very helpful. Very helpful, that's because so whether I'll get the shirt or not, to be honest, I had my frame of mind when I thought about getting the shirt was to slap people in the face.
Yep.
All right. In reality, do I need to, or do I just need to hear people? Because that's probably what I want to do. So like I would say extremely helpful, because if you hear like people's heart, like a lot of people, it could be pain, it could be suffering, it could be grief. And if they just want to get it out, that's their way of getting it out. And you don't want to leave it bottled in.
Yeah.
So,
The key, and I agree with that. I think what's very important to add on to that is you definitely don't want to leave it bottled in. You definitely need to express it however that may be fit for that particular person. But one of the favorite things that I always like to say, that it's okay not to be okay. It's not okay to unpack your bags and stay there. So when it becomes a part of their lifestyle and it's extended way too long, then there's definitely needs to be some type of intervention, because it gets
In
worse.
your closet.
Yeah, it gets worse after a certain point. It becomes their lifestyle, and you don't want it to become a lifestyle, but they absolutely need to express it.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I did record, so I'm hoping for everybody out there that may be listening or watching on IG Live, I appreciate you for joining in, even if you stayed the whole time or if you came and gone, I appreciate you. And I'm going to add this to my YouTube channel, so be looking out for that. And just Loving Me session, first Wednesday of every month. And our next session will be about validation. Am I dressing for validation? Am I looking for validation from someone else? So that will be our August session. And I invite everybody back, anybody that's interested and want to be a part of the conversation. And thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Good to
I
meet
appreciate you
everyone.
spending your hour with me.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let everybody on IG see you all.
Nice meeting you all.
Good to
Bye.
meet
Nice meeting y'all.
you. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you. Okay,
All right.
bye.